Hello everyone, thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Shireen and I focus on fashion and lifestyle video content. Today's video, I am sharing the steps that I am personally taking to build a capsule wardrobe. And what inspired this project or this new project of mine, I went to the dry cleaner, picked up a bunch of clothes and was about to transfer them from the dryer cleaner hangers to my wooden hangers that I normally, place all my clothes on. Well, I ran out of hangers and was literally about to order more on Amazon. But right before I decided to order the hangers, I looked through my closet and realized a lot of these clothes I haven't even looked at since they arrived. I have not even thought about wearing. A lot of them had tags on them. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, so my current closet in my bedroom, in my master bedroom, is mostly spring and summer because that's the season we're in. And then I usually store my fall and winter clothes throughout other closets in my home. My fall and winter wardrobe has always been stronger than my spring and summer. I've always preferred fall fashion, so I feel like I focus way more on fall and winter fashion when it comes to preparing my wardrobe than I do spring and summer. So for the past few years, I've been exploring styles that I normally would not be drawn to. And although I am proud of myself for stepping outside my comfort zone, trying new styles, new colors, new prints, I realized after seeing so many unworn clothes, I need to reel it back in to the style that I feel most comfortable and confident in. So with that being said, I'm deciding to recreate a capsule wardrobe, and I want to go through the steps that I'm taking in hopes that it can inspire you if you have the same issue. All right, so before we go into the steps that I'm taking to build a capsule wardrobe, I want to give you guys my definition of what a capsule wardrobe is. Capsule wardrobe is a wardrobe that includes pieces that are interchangeable that can be styled together. There is no limit on how many pieces I feel like you need in a capsule wardrobe, but I think naturally you will probably have less pieces than you do if you don't think about, or if you're not intentional when it comes to building a capsule wardrobe. In addition, I don't feel like you have to be a minimalist to have a capsule wardrobe. However, I do believe that having a capsule wardrobe is an aspect of being a minimalist. It is an aspect of minimalism. It's having a wardrobe where you can maximize each piece, where you can have 3 shirts and wear them 9 different ways. There's no limit to the amount of pieces you need in your capsule wardrobe, but you're intentional when it comes to thinking about pieces that can be styled with each other. All right, so step number 1, think about your current lifestyle. When I think about my current lifestyle, I work from home most of the time. I don't do clubs or lounges. I am definitely a homebody. When I do go out, I'll go out to restaurants, to brunch. I love traveling. I'll go to happy hours, dinners, things of that nature. But for the most part, when I'm getting dressed on a daily basis, it's usually to run some errands and to go to the gym. And I also love traveling, so I always prepare for certain trips that I do have throughout the year as well. So the reason why you want to think about your lifestyle is because you want to make sure that the clothes that you are looking at and that you admire fit in your lifestyle. I think with social media, we are so consumed with seeing so many different looks, so many different styles on other people, and we may admire it and we may feel like, you know what, I want to try that, or let me try something new. So you really want to be clear on the lifestyle that you live and making sure you are selecting pieces that fit within your lifestyle. All right, so the next step is actually going through your closet and picking out pieces that you wear the most, that you reach for the most, not the pieces that you feel like are your favorite. And the reason why I say not those pieces that you may feel like are your favorite is because a lot of the pieces that we may have purchased may have been because we, really admired it on someone else. We were really inspired, yet we never wear it because it doesn't fit into our lifestyle, or it just does not fit into our overall style, but we may admire it. And I do believe this is the reason why oftentimes we purchase pieces that we never wear, because we have an idea in our mind that, you know what, let me try something new. Let me buy it because I'll find somewhere to wear something to. Yet in reality, we never find somewhere to wear it to. It just does not fit in our lifestyle. So you want to go into your closet and really focus on the pieces that you reach for and the pieces that are most worn. The pieces that I personally reach for all the time are simple basics, are statement jewelry. I love statement jewelry and statement accessories. I love jackets. I love blazers. And I realize that is the look that I always revert back to. I guess you can say it's like a hint of the minimalistic fashion, yet I still love, you know, to make my looks a little bit edgy and pour more of my investment in my accessories, because I feel like you get more cost per wear out of them. And since I don't go to the office much in my current lifestyle, I like clothes that I could easily elevate or make casual. Overall, I love wearing unique statements in my accessories. And so after you think about what you do like about the pieces that you wear the most, you also need to think about what you don't like. For me, I don't like wearing pinks. I don't like wearing red. If I do wear them, it's usually in my accessory, just a little pop of color. I don't like boho relaxed styles. I don't like wearing too many bright colors in my clothes unless I'm on vacation or it's, you know, summertime. I think it's a little different. I think we're all more open to brighter colors, but on the norm, I'm not into wearing bright colors all the time. Even when decluttering my closet, and we'll get to that step, I noticed that most of the clothes that I don't wear that still had tags on them were bright colors. And I don't like extremely girly silhouettes. I don't wear dresses often. So now that you've thought about your lifestyle, you went through your closet and picked out the pieces that you wear the most, you thought about why you like them so much, and then you thought about why you don't like the pieces that still have tags on them, it is now time to declutter your closet. If you have not looked at it or thought about wearing it in a year, unless it's like a formal or really special, unique piece, it is time to get rid of it. If it does not fit you, it is time to get rid of it. If it doesn't fit your current lifestyle, it is time to get rid of it. Think about the previous step. If it has all the characteristics that you don't like, get rid of it. So now that we've decluttered our closet, it is now time to create a mood board. Now this step is definitely one that even if you are the most stylish person and you have a lot and you are extremely creative when it comes to your wardrobe, I always feel like creating a mood board, you can use Pinterest or whatever platform you prefer. Creating a mood board definitely assists you in maximizing your wardrobe. You may, you know, be wearing a certain basic white tee or a certain look that you're used to, but I think when you start to look at other ways of styling it, it opens you up to being able to maximize your wardrobe and styling your pieces in different ways. So once you create a mood board, it is time to go back to your closet and challenge yourself to style what is already in your closet in as many different ways as possible. This is a must before you create a wish list and start shopping for pieces or for holes in your wardrobe, for pieces that you feel like you don't have but you need to fit your overall capsule wardrobe. And then the last step is creating a wish list. This is intentional shopping. When you create a wish list and you start writing things down, and after going through all these steps, you are shopping intentionally, you are making smarter investments, you are actually putting thought into each piece that you purchase. When I think about how much money I've wasted on pieces simply because they were on sale or I love the idea of them, or pieces that I admired on someone else with a different lifestyle, pieces, all the pieces that still have tags on them or I just worn 1 or 2 times. When I think about that, I think about all the money that I literally flushed down the drain. Okay, so when you are making a wish list after doing all of these steps, you are now intentionally shopping. You will discover that you have wasted probably a lot of money on clothes that you never were going to wear. Now we are shopping intentionally. We are shopping smarter. You're probably going to end up saving a lot more money, looking way more stylish, and being happy with your overall wardrobe. All right, you guys, so that concludes this video. I hope it helped you. I hope you are inspired to be more intentional when it comes to building your wardrobe, especially as we approach fall season. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.